Cancer family, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. Ooh, wobbly or kind of crazy. Welcome, guys. I'm Deborah, and this is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your energy for the week. So whoop whoop. Happy April to everyone. We're going to be having a new moon this week, or a full moon. I always get them mixed up for some reason, but yes, it's a full moon in Libra, actually. So this week, I think it's the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Can double check me on that. I just did a astrology video yesterday, so look into that. I'm also going to be uploading some content around the full moon, so you guys will know how to navigate its energy. Hopefully it will be a little bit more grounded, balanced. We are being kind of faced with things that we need to address, we need to look at, specifically the stuff that's not working for us. It's coming into a heavier focus because we're in Aries season, and it's about ourselves and how we, you know, want to show up for ourselves, essentially. Yeah, I love that confirmation right there for you, Cancer. So spending time with yourself. Easier said than done, right? Like, we live in a very mobile society. There's always something to do, a place to go. But we also have to make sure that we're not using that as a distraction mechanism, right? Keeping us from the things that, you know, probably are more beneficial for us to focus on. It doesn't mean that you have to be alone all the time, but this is about really just kind of getting in tune. You've had a lot go on lately, Cancer. Through your past readings, there's kind of been a lot of things getting brought up. People might not be the most honest. You're seeing people's true colors, etc. And I feel like you had this, I mean, I know I'm using a different deck today, but I feel like there was this energy about you noticing the signs, noticing how people are treating you, right? Like, that is our best indicator of who that person is. Usually people show us their true colors in the bad times, you know, when things are not easy and flowing and moving the best. And that's where I hear for you, Cancer. It's really about opening up your eyes to what that is and who's in your environment, so that you can go back to yourself, give yourself more love, more care, and align better, right? I know that's a lot of like cliche mumbo jumbo, but really that's what life is about. The more we know ourselves, the more imbalanced we are, the better we're actually gonna feel, and the more fulfilled a life we can live, right? There is abundance, even in the face of lack, distress, tension, change. There's always enough. And I think it is just practicing that value of feeling abundant no matter what is going on. And that's very much easier said than done, right? Like, we live in a consumer culture nowadays, endless consumption. It's crazy. It is crazy. I hope there's some change. I feel like that's going to be for future generations, right? But needless to say, we don't have to get into that conversation. But it is just like that value of recognizing that there is enough to go around. Things always work out one way or another, you know, whether it is a struggle to get through the process or not. But it feels like you're aligning a lot more with that concept of abundance. But like I said, through that work, through that value of you spending time with you, it's necessary. I feel like you've kind of been through the ringer lately, you know, especially with someone close to you. So let's see how that moves for you guys this week. Yeah, new beginnings. Something fresh is starting, and it's also being offered. I love the Ace of Pentacles for you because it's a very grounded energy, Cancer. It's a gift. It's a package saying, here you go. Your order has been fulfilled, right? New opportunity. And maybe you did expect it. Maybe you didn't expect it. Maybe you didn't think it was going to happen, but it's here. And It's a really good time. Anytime we're starting something fresh, something new, it's a great opportunity for us to set the stage of how we are going to participate, show up for ourselves in that thing, right? There's your energy, that Prince of Cups. Lots of love, lots of beauty. Cancers are some of my favorite. My best friend is a Cancer and I adore him like so much. Just so much love, you know, and that's what the Prince of Cups is all about. He gives you that tender word of love, of care, nurture. And honestly, that's what this energy is saying for you, Cancer, that you have to give that back to yourself. It's amazing. You know, you can give it out. Your cup of love. It's amazing that you can offer and extend that to others. Yeah, but I think this is also about giving that to yourself as well. Making sure you know that balance. You might be trying to maintain friendship, relationship with someone amidst a new beginning, amidst a lot of shifting. It doesn't have to just be romantic in nature for some of you. Maybe you broke up with someone, maybe you're trying to be friends, maybe you guys are moving away, something like that. Separating is what I mean. But it is stressing you out, I think rightfully so, because something doesn't seem as it is or as it's being presented. And again, that kind of goes back to like things we've talked about before, we've seen come through in your readings before, Cancer, where you feel like someone's kind of like doing you down and dirty or being shady. Or maybe you have to be a little bit more secretive about your moves, right? Keep those to yourself. Keep them close to your chest. When we are a lover, when we have a soft heart, it's easy to expose ourselves to people, right? But not always the smartest move in the game of life. Yeah, because there's a lot of conflict. And some people cannot be honest and vulnerable, right? Some people cannot, they just won't, you know? And it's their own path, it's their own journey, it's their own healing and wounding. Dealing with someone who's very, you know, Queen of Swords energy is Cancer, Pisces, or it's not Cancer, sorry. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, my bad. It's air energy, right? But it's like someone who's not even looking at their actions, looking at their behavior. They don't even care, is what I'm hearing. And I feel, again, this person or situation, yeah, there we go. That's the devil. That's how they're vibing. They could be a Capricorn or just have like really stubborn energy, you know, not wanting to rule, wanting to dictate how things go. They don't care what's going on for you. They don't care whether it hurts you or not. And they don't even look at what they're doing as bad behavior, right? Because it's just like, well, this is what I gotta do. It's very, very, you know, it has zero emotion. So as you're coming with this energy of like, hey, let's be friends, let's find a harmonious way to do this, etc., that this person or situation isn't returning that sentiment, unfortunately. Yeah, they're just kind of being a not nice person. I won't label it. I don't even know like what the parameters are on YouTube. I know sometimes I let a cuss word here or there slip, but you know, this is someone who, I don't know, like I just feel like there is a lot of manipulation in their energy. Whether that's appropriate or not, I don't know. It's going to be whatever's happening in your situation, whatever lengths they're willing to go to not care. And this talks about, there's a lot of heavy emphasis on them kind of, you know, carefully assessing, orchestrating what they want. Their renewal, the things that work for them, what is highest and best for them. But not necessarily, it's whatever they're doing, it's stressful for you, right? And it's not, you know, it's hard to turn a blind eye, right? Sometimes we can give people the benefit of the doubt, understand where they're coming from, but I don't feel like any of that is happening. And it's not because you don't want to. they're just refusing, right? They're refusing. You know, it's interesting, right? So now we have the King and Queen on the board coming up in both of your energies, one and one, right? So one person's vibing without any feeling emotion. The other person doesn't want to act or behave that way, you know? It's triggering a lot because the way that it's being approached is really kind of below the belt. It's not done out of friendliness. You know, I get this sense, Cancer, for you, it's some naivete, right? Like giving someone the benefit of the doubt, turning a blind eye, not really looking at it for what it is. And that's what this King of Swords does. I feel like their energy is being very rigid, very, you know, no emotion. They don't really care. Like I said, they're not really checking in to see how things make you feel or how it affects you. There's our other ace. So, you know, I mean, I think, I don't know, with that being blocked, it's like the inability to look for different ways of handling this. I mean, that's as simplistic as you could put it, right? There's a lot going on in this situation, a lot of moving parts. And usually it goes back to what I was talking about in the very beginning with this concept of me time, right? Usually when we have a lot going on, it's really hard for us to take that step back. Yeah, so there's three aces on the board in total. That just kind of like confirms that value of new beginning, right? That opportunity is there. But two of those aces are coming in your blocked energy. So it's this inability to find creative solutions for what's happening, to meet each other at an emotional level, recognizing we're humans, to be compassionate, to find a way to love one another, etc. But none of that's happening. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot going on, so there's a lot of distraction, but it isn't really doing this situation justice. And therefore, that's where the stress is happening. 222 is on the clock when I pulled up the wheel. That deals with partnership, tension, struggle, you know, dynamics. It's like moving through something to grow and evolve. The wheel is all about change. And you know, usually it is connected to fortune. It's ruled by Jupiter and Sagittarius. But honestly, Cancer, I feel like this is a lot about like you're going to be happier at the end of it. You can't control this person, right? We talk about this a lot. Like the only person we can control is ourselves. There is a lot of fear around what this newness is going to look like, how it's all going to evolve. They're not giving you the time of day. So you know, even if like you're not admitting it to yourself, you know subconsciously that they're not going to be around for long is what I'm hearing. But I think it's actually a good thing. No shade to whatever you're dealing with. We all have our shortcomings. And maybe you know, what makes me frustrated is that this person isn't being honest with you or this situation. So be really mindful of that. I think you feel it, but I think you can't really put your finger on it quite yet. Just remember that as it changes, it's actually a blessing in disguise. It's actually bringing good things your way. Sometimes it's really hard to see challenges and obstacles that way, right? Yeah, because it's coming through a lot of pain. You know, just it's not an easy process. It makes us feel a certain kind of way. But it's not truth, you know. Maybe this person has had you hypnotized. Maybe they have been pumping lies into your ear or wherever you pump them. The secrets. But it kind of has this hypnotic energy, you know. And that's why you're still trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, you know. You're still trying to offer that love, that support, that friend vibe. But they are not, right? You guys are very different people, very different thought processes. And that's what I feel like Spirit wants you to look at. You can be nice until you're blue in the face, but it's not going to change how someone acts or behaves, you know, unfortunately. Learned that one the hard way. Yeah, so finding like where you can feel a little bit more grounded and stable, hence that first message of me time. It's so important for you this week, Cancer. Just really focus on yourself, what helps you feel grounded and stable. To me, I mean, I know, again, easier said than done. This person is not worth your time, your energy. You're so beautiful and valuable, and you deserve to have a fabulous life and not be taken for granted or advantage of, for that matter. So, I'm sending lots of love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. I know these situations are not easy at all. I'm here for any support, readings, energy healings, wellness consult, etc. Big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. I love to build and grow the community. All right, guys, lots of love today.